In my last video, I gave a tour of my smart home and I said I was moving and taking all my smart devices with me. Well, that presented one problem that some of you picked up on, and that is my cabinets, my kitchen cabinets here. I have 3 different areas and they are all controlled by 3 different Zigbee smart plugs, but they all go on together as if they're one from Home Assistant. So I'm taking my Home Assistant with me. What am I gonna do to get these things to work together? Well, I have a very simple and low-tech solution to a high-tech problem coming up. This is the BN-Link wireless remote control socket set. And this is, even though it says home automation, it's not really home automation. Technically, it's just a remote control smart outlets. And these are plugs. They plug into your wall. You can plug other things into them, and then you can control them with this remote control. So there's very specific uses for this kind of thing, especially if something is out of reach, like you have one of those 2-story foyers and you want to put something up high in a window. This could be very useful by putting those, putting one of these things up there. And then you could just push a button on the remote and things will go on and off. So this is what they look like. They are pretty sizable. That's the one thing I can say is they're really pretty big. They're bigger than a lot of smart plugs. They have 3 buttons on the remote, 1, 2, and 3, on and off for either. They're not dimmable. These are just on and off. And supposedly you can program multiples to go on with the same button. And that's gonna be my use case. And that's when you use this learning button here. It says here these are rated for 120 volts at 10 amps. So you're not really gonna plug in a heater or anything like that with this, but this is gonna be perfect for my application. It comes with a little instruction manual here and even comes with the battery. This is a 23A 12 volt battery. And this is on the 433.92 megahertz remote frequency. So I plug these in and I can use the remote control here. When I press the number 1, you see there's a blue light right here that goes on. And the same thing for that, it shows when they're on. And similarly, press off, off, and there you go, they work remotely. Now what I want to do is make them all work on number 1. So to do that, I'm gonna unplug these first of all. And I'm just gonna push and hold this until it blinks. And then I'm gonna push this. All right, now when I say 1 goes off, you see they go off together. And I'm gonna do the same thing over here. And then press this. All right, now they should all work together. Now, they still work with 2 and 3. Isn't that weird? Okay, I'm gonna reset it by unplugging it from power, pressing the learn button, and then pushing down on into power, and it should blink, and then when it stops blinking, it's reset. So now it shouldn't work with anything. It doesn't. All right, so that one is by itself now. It's not controlled by it at all. So now I'm gonna take this one out, I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna press and hold and push it down into power, wait for the light to blink, and then when it stops blinking, it's unpaired. Okay. Now nothing works with number 2. And now to get them to work with number 1, I'm gonna push and hold them again. They're both blinking, press on, and they now both work. Every one of them works with number 1, and only number 1. All right. So now all I have to do is take out this is my Zigbee smart plug, and I'm just gonna put in this new one here. Plug that in there, and now we're good. And now you can see it goes on and off with the remote control. Now the only disadvantage I can see here is you can see these two Zigbee smart plugs. They can fit in the same duplex receptacle, whereas you can't fit two of these. You can only fit one, and it can only go on the top. All right, I'm about as far away from the cabinets as I would ever get. I'm against the back wall in my house, and I have no problem reaching them. So this little guy really does the job. So highly recommend them. They're not expensive, and again, in certain situations like this, you might find them useful. So I'll put a link in the video description down below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next one. Hey there, if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe and hit that bell icon to be the first to know when new videos are posted. Look for HandyDadTV on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and visit the website HandyDad.tv for more great ideas and information.